Hi and welcome to Astronomical. This is just a very quick video investigating just how low can we go with the voltage to an Arduino. So it's a very quick video. I'm filming the sound on my camera mic, so apologies for that. The sound will be a little bit worse than it usually is. So I've got a simple setup. I've got 3 LEDs that will actually just chase along, so lit and repeat. So it's going to strobe them along, and just to make sure that we are still running a program. Now, when you talk about powering the Arduino externally, not over the USB connection, we go in via the VIN pin, which is this one here. So I've got the positive volts going onto the VIN pin, my negative just connected to the ground rail, which is connected to the Arduino's ground via that wire there. So officially, when you're powering like this, you look around, you read on the web, and I've even mentioned it in my videos, that the lowest you should go to is about 7 volts. That's because when you power it over the USB, it goes directly to your Arduino, and the 5 volts that comes out on the 5 volts pin goes directly to any of your components, because it's deemed that this 5 volt supply is going to be steady and regulated. However, if you want to power it from a battery source or something like that, you have to go in the VIN pin. That will then go via, usually underneath the board there, a voltage regulator, which will regulate it to a steady 5 volts. And the minimum you should power them with, as is stated, is usually about 7 volts, because it's a certain amount of voltage dropout. Now, you can buy ultra low voltage dropout voltage regulators, and I have no idea what's on these boards, what's on these nanos. This is a cheap knockoff copy nano from China, so it's not even the official Arduino one. I just wanted to see just how low it might go. So I'm going to switch on the power and you'll see the program that's running. And you can see the voltage has jumped up to 7 volts there. So 7.17 volts. I've set it to the minimum that you're supposed to run it off. And we can see the chaser light going on there like that. So we can go up to, I think officially it's 12 volts. The higher the voltage, the hotter your power regulator will get on this board. So you don't want to be too high. So if I turn that up, we can definitely go up to, 9, 10 volts. I won't go any higher because there's no need, because we're not testing how high you can go, we're testing how low you can go. And everything works fine. And if I measure the voltage out of the 5 volt pin, I'd get more or less exactly 5 volts in the power regulator. So let's turn that back down to 7. Or thereabouts. So, you're not supposed to run it lower than the 7. And when I've done videos on the Space Invaders project and other things, I've said, pick a battery pack with 5 cells in it, like this one here. So you've got a pack with 5 cells. And that gives you nominally 7.5 volts. Each one's 1.5 volts, 5 of them. Normally 7.5 volts, which is right about the nearest to the 7, so that's pretty good. Brand new, these will give out about 1.6, 1.7 volts. So yeah, you're nearly up to 8 volts ish when they're brand new. And when they run down, they'll run down to about 1.2 to 1.3 volts before they can't really deliver any more juice. And again, that's well within the tolerance that we'd want. So let's see, let's get on and see what the test is. So let's drop it down to 6 volts and see if we notice the program stop running. We'll go down to 6. Near enough, 5.88. Still running fantastically. You might notice the LEDs dimming in brightness, but the functionality of the Arduino is still going. So already we're a volt under what we're supposed to be recommended. Let's go to that 5 volts. Now we shouldn't really be able to do that, 4.94. But you can see it is still running. We're going in via the VIN. That's still running the program, else we wouldn't see this chasing lights. The LEDs will definitely have dimmed, but the functionality and the thinking of this brain, and I've just caught it then, is still working fine. Let's try 4 volts. And bear in mind, you're all told that Arduinos are 5 volt devices, generally. So 4.14 volts, and although they have dimmed, it is still working fantastically. Let's take it down, 3.9. We're looking for that chasing, it doesn't matter about the dimness, 3.81, and it is still running its program. Let's try 3.75. I don't have much control on this power supply. Well, I do have control, but for getting down to these sort of voltages, I have to turn it ever so slightly. 3.75 volts, and we are still running. We're almost down to the voltage levels of like an ESP32, a 3.3 volt microcontroller. Let's try a 3.7. And it's gone. So which point did it go? 3.7 is definitely no. 3.74 is definitely going. 3.73, 3.72, and we're getting the flashing light and we're getting a brownout situation. 3.73, 3.74, and it's running. So the lowest voltage we can run this Arduino at is 3.74. Now, your mileage might vary on other suppliers of these knockoff boards, of these copies, I should really say. They're not knockoffs, they are just, it's open source, so it's just a copy of it. It may be on the official Arduino Nano that it won't run down at this voltage. You would have to do your own tests. But I think it's quite impressive that we can run down to that voltage. Now, this becomes important because these battery packs that have 5 cells in them, like this one, are relatively hard to come by. I mean, they're not, but they cost a little bit more. 5 cells is an odd number you don't often see. And we could run from 4 cells, which normally would be 6 volts, then that would make some projects easier. And yeah, we can. 6 volts is so much bigger than 3.74 that I think most nanos would run successfully. The only other caveat thing you would have to look out for would be any other peripherals you're adding on them. I just use simple LEDs, which will just dim as the voltage drops. If you've got a screen on there or something else, it may not be that happy at going under 5 volts or whatever it might be. You would have to just check with your project. But for some people, running on less battery power may be actually quite handy. So that's it for this video. Hope you found that useful. I certainly have. So I'm going to adapt some of my projects that are going through the future to use, maybe not always, that 5 volt battery pack. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you liked it a lot, hit the subscribe button. If you want to patronise me, go on to Patreon, link will come up on screen. If you want to patronise me, then leave a comment below. All for now, catch you next time.